What the hell, Navya? Hi, this is What the Hell, Navya, Season 2, presented by Tira, India's newest beauty shopping experience. And we're all about having open and honest conversations. And that's why today we are talking about the world of the internet. Now, I know we all have our own personal equations with the internet. I do for sure. My go-to for internet is definitely Googling new recipes, finding hacks for a pimple before maybe a big meeting the next day. Online shopping, that's one of my obsessions. And last but not the least is ordering food online. Today you can do pretty much everything on the internet. And it's not just me, more than 50% of Indians are active users online. That's a pretty large number. But I know two people who grew up in a time when the internet wasn't around. So I have some pretty important questions for them, like how did they coordinate with their friends? How did they chat? How did they do everything that we do today? So I'm going to be asking my mom and my nanny about how they internet and how their experience was before the .com came about and before we were all really wired. So stay tuned on What the Hell, Navya, Season 2. Hello, wise people of the internet.
I'm out of this conversation.
She's an internet pro. So the other day when we were at home, we were discussing how three of us are from different generations. So we've had different experiences with internet. Like Nani has had to adapt to technology and the internet.
Nani's struggling with the technology.
Nani's still struggling to adapt because she didn't, have it in her life for a very long time. You kind of didn't grow up with it, but then
Partly grew up with it.
I wish we had the internet when I was growing up
why?
because it would have made homework and stuff so much easier.
Oh, yeah, so that is my question. Because you have lived life without and with, which do you prefer and why?
I'm more comfortable with my old ways because that's what I'm used to. But I would like to learn because I'm a very progressive
But
person.
do you think that it's easier to communicate now that there's internet, or do you like how did you
No,
communicate
I don't
with
like
your
so
friends?
much communication.
Yeah, I agree. It is way easier to communicate, but
It's a
do
pain.
we need this much communication?
No, I'm just talking about talking to say friends and family. How did you?
We had
You spoke to
landline.
them, you went to visit them,
But
and
not
you,
if they're not living in the same city as you.
you
so-
called them up, you wrote letters.
Well, when I was young, we had to book a call. And there were two types of calls. One was ordinary and the other was emergency call. So if you spoke to your boyfriend, it had to be an emergency call
Why?
because they'd connect it faster.
And the normal call takes how long to
Take
connect?
an hour.
An hour?
Yes.
Well, we obviously don't have those issues because we just
मगर
text.
नव्या आप लोगों के जनरेशन में क्या होता है कि जल्दी से फोन का रिप्लाई करो, किसी ने मैसेज भेजा है, व्हाट्सएप भेजा है, रिप्लाई करो. और आप लोग इंटरनेट में जो देखते हैं, मोबाइल पे जो देखते हैं, उससे आपका वैलिडेशन होता है कि भैया अच्छे लग रहे हैं, नहीं अच्छे लग रहे हैं, ठीक सोच रहे हैं, नहीं ठीक सोच रहे हैं, गलत बोल रहे हैं, सही बोल रहे हैं. इससे स्ट्रेस लेवल बहुत बढ़ता है.
तो आप पहले कम स्ट्रेस थे इंटरनेट के पहले.
बिल्कुल.
पर मुझे नहीं लगता कि हम स्ट्रेस्ड है. आई थिंक कि हमने काफी अच्छी
आपको
तरह
नहीं
से
लगता है मगर है.
आई डोंट.
अरे एंजाइटी अटैक हमने कभी बचपन में सुना ही नहीं था. बचपन क्या मिड लाइफ में भी कभी नहीं सुना था. ये कहाँ से आता है? ये इसलिए आता है क्योंकि आप जो है ये लड़की कैसे दिखती है, नेल कैसे बन रहा है, मेकअप कैसे, एंजाइटी इसी से आता है. टू मच इन्फॉर्मेशन.
I don't think so. I don't agree. I
हाँ,
think
ठीक है.
anxiety
You
is
cannot-
always there. It's now more identifiable
I
and
think
spoken
there's
about.
more awareness.
Excuse me, I'm talking.
Sorry,
Please
sorry.
don't cut me off. And I feel that because they're having to cope with so much information blasting on their brain and they have to keep up and they have to do everything just then, it makes them anxious.
तो मैंने क्या
But
कहा?
I'm saying that
But that
it was always there. Even you say I'm feeling anxious. It's just more spoken about. It's more vocalized.
I think the biggest reason for that is because social media पे सब लोग अपने success के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. कोई अपनी failures के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहा है. तो असलियत किसी को पता नहीं है.
धीरे धीरे बात करो. इतना जल्दी जल्दी कोई समझ में
See,
नहीं
we're
आएगा.
a generation of
हाँ ठीक है.
quick pace.
हाँ.
This is my point, that now Instagram is filled with, people going on this holiday or going to this party or winning this award. And I think for me as a young person, when I see that, that's where the pressure comes from, because you feel like if you're not achieving that, then you're doing something wrong, and then you put more pressure on yourself to work more or take up more things so that you can also
Because
achieve
I think
that.
your generation takes the virtual world as your ideal and your goal. I mean, even in our times when we were taking photographs, no one's taking photographs of you crying or falling down, right? You're going to take pictures of all your good points.
Or
No one-
banging into barricades.
That's very
That was
funny.
a shot at you.
Thanks, I know that. But that's what
But
I'm
you
trying to
can't
say.
blame this
Bits-
generation
No,
for
I'm not
that.
blaming your generation. I'm telling you where the problem is. It is an unrealistic world. No one said that they're making it realistic. Maybe you're born into it, so for you, it is your universe and world. But there are lots of people my age who are, it's not the
But
be all
that's
and
the
end all
difference.
of.
It's easy for you to disconnect from
So
the
maybe
internet.
you guys should teach people that this is not what the world is about.
I
You
think
still
that
have
we have to also stop blaming social media for creating anxiety or for creating unrealistic
नव्या, आप अपनी
expectations.
बात कर रहे हो. You come from a very privileged position. आप छोटे शहर की लड़कियों को देखो, वो ये सब देख के इन्फ्लुएंस होते हैं, वो उसको कॉपी करते हैं. घर में झगड़ा होता है पेरेंट्स के साथ कि हमें भी ये चाहिए, हमें भी वो चाहिए. पेरेंट्स कांट अफोर्ड टू डू इट, और छोटे शहरों में अवेलेबल नहीं होता है.
नहीं, आई थिंक एक अच्छी चीज जो ही है, एंड स्पेशली फॉर maybe the larger demographic of our country, that is not the three of us sitting here today, ऐसे सबको एक आवाज मिली है, एक प्लेटफॉर्म मिली है अपने खुद के टैलेंट्स को दिखाने के लिए. अभी हम
ऐसे
देखते
कितने लोगों की आवाज आप देखते हैं?
बहुत सारे लोगों की.
नहीं.
यू विल बी शॉक्ड इफ यू ओपन रील्स. आप देखेंगे तो रील्स पे डांसिंग, कुकिंग, सिंगिंग, people have
love
been
the
discovered
cooking.
like that. A lot of them go viral, and it creates a living. It creates a
Out of 150, how many?
maybe not 150, but I'm saying कि काफी लोगों को Instagram की वजह से notice किया जाता
But I want to ask
Not
you.
100, 150
I know you're
crores.
saying that Instagram
Not
and all
obviously
this.
not 150.
I know
मैं
you're
परसेंटेज पूछ रही हूँ ना. आप लोग इतने नॉलेजेबल है, इतना कुछ मालूम है.
I don't know
आपको
कि
इतने
इतना-
रील्स देखे, बताइए
But
कितने.
I want to say something, Mama. Now I've lost my thought. You guys don't let me speak.
Because you're speaking too much.
I'm not.
अच्छा.
You
okay.
guys are speaking.
Say
and
what
not
you were
letting me
saying.
speak. Would you do without Instagram?
Yes.
Well, then why are you on it? Secretly.
She is not really
I'm
on
not
it.
on it. She is on
She
it.
just
It's a
looks
good
at her family.
de-stressor.
She just follows us.
मैं आपको एक चीज बताऊं, मैंने इंटरनेट में शॉपिंग करने की कोशिश की.
I would love to hear this story.
Don't laugh.
Okay.
It's serious. Okay.
Okay, okay.
जब वो प्रोडक्ट आया इतना खराब.
क्या आपने क्या
ठीक है,
order
मैं
किया
मान
था?
इंटरनेट में जूते,
But-
नॉट जूते नहीं, चप्पल.
I actually buy all
Yeah,
my
even I
clothes,
buy all my clothes
all my
online.
products, my makeup, everything. I buy everything online.
I have to admit that I get stuck in a spiral जब मैं रात को सोने के पहले फोन पे scroll कर रही हूँ Instagram पे, and those ads come up of clothes, and Nani knows what I'm talking about because even she gets stuck in this loop, and you just see it and you want to buy it, and it's the world's most stupid thing ever.
I don't feel I have to buy it. I
I
buy
buy
it because देखते हैं.
Yeah, so see, would you rather it not have been invented?
No, I can't do without
Exactly.
it. But also because a large part of my work is communicating through Instagram.
Yeah, but would you rather not have WhatsApp?
No.
Would you not
Shweta,
rather
यहाँ
not have
जो
these
है-
facilities? I'm not a very phone person. I find it irritating when people call me and then I have to talk to them.
Well, you both
Why am I
agree
getting
on
dirty
that.
looks?
She's smiling because she agrees with you on that.
We have so many family chats. This family, your side of the family,
Yeah, we
Papa's side of the family, then us, then this, and that. It's
And
so
inside
easy.
the room also you all are sitting and talking to each other on WhatsApp.
Well, I don't have an answer for that.
Even I don't have an answer.
I don't
I
have
mean,
an
it
answer
is
for
what it
that.
is, Mama. It's the way everyone is
It is
now.
what
अरे
it
बाबा,
is.
I'm not against it. कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजिकल प्रोग्रेस जो है वो सबके लिए अच्छा होता है.
You have to
मैं
live with
एक
it.
उसका एस्पेक्ट आप लोगों को बता रही
नहीं,
हूँ.
मैं समझ रही हूँ कि आप क्या बोल रहे हो, but
अभी तो सब लोग मोबाइल लेके घूमते हैं. वो रिक्शा वाला रिक्शा चला रहा है.
that's true. Okay, but what was the first thing you ever did on the internet? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Like, was it a computer? Was it?
I've never used a computer. Phone, iPad.
The only thing she does on the internet is YouTube. She reads Papa's blog.
Yeah.
She sometimes goes on Instagram, maybe
No,
Pinterest.
you have Pinterest.
Of course, I have Pinterest.
What do you architecture and
Everything. I
flower
like.
Arrangements. That even I do.
I like घर की चीजें, बाहर की चीजें, plants.
I remember there was a site called Ask Jeeves. It was like the Google or something before even Google, whatever, came
What
around.
was it?
It was like you
Search
asked,
engine.
Ask Jeeves. So you would ask something and then
What would you ask?
how do I maybe make this or clean this? I remember a lot about cleaning because you were like all infants and dirtying a lot of stuff.
So we were born at this time.
It was around then. And
You
it
were
took
looking
forever.
for-
You had to dial up and then it was like made that little funny sound.
I'm not getting this concept of dialing up and
Dialing up, I think you had a modem and then you had to connect to it. I don't know the technicalities of
Something
it, but there was a
highly
dialing. I think anyone
complicated.
my age would remember this. Now I'm very good with
you're
the
a little
internet.
too good.
24 घंटा आपका ध्यान नया क्या आ रहा है?
I like to know what's going on in the world. It's not 24 ghanta.
She actually consumes the most amount of podcasts.
I
current
wake up in the
affairs.
morning and that's what I like to hear because then I know I hear different opinions. I know what's going on in the world. Before my children come and then start talking to me, then I have to stop. And then at night before I go to sleep, I catch up on all my
I think it's a
podcasts.
great way to educate
Yeah,
yourself.
अभी इंटरनेट हो गया?
नहीं हुआ अभी एक दो तीन और सवाल बाकी है.
Puchiye,
What do you think about AI?
who's going to answer this first?
Well, whoever wants to
Please
answer.
you
it.
answer.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. But I don't think it's cool if it's going to take away
But
people's
what do you-
jobs or identities.
Have you used
Yes,
like
I do.
ChatGPT?
I have ChatGPT.
What do you do on
I tried to write an essay on ChatGPT. It didn't really come out well. I preferred the way I wrote it. So it does come out in that robotic, impersonal way.
It's not also
Bland.
personal.
There's no emotion. I mean,
Yeah.
even the words,
Yeah.
I find it, I just feel there's no originality.
Artificial intelligence itself tells you what it is.
Yeah.
No, but it's
Artificial is the word.
of course, but it's getting
No,
to
my
a scary
problem
point.
is if AI is going to start writing stuff, is that now the language we start using? I mean, I don't understand how a machine can have emotions because they have no experience.
But this is what technology does, na Shweta? Technology takes you up. Ultimately, कहाँ जाएगा? इंसान तो नहीं बन सकता है ना? It will have a rippling effect. फिर लोग कहेंगे नहीं नहीं ये तो बिल्कुल ठीक नहीं है. चलो भैया जैसे थे.
So something we do at Nimaya, which is a project that I run, is the entire program is about enhancing our human intelligence because that's something that AI cannot do, and an AI cannot manage a team of people, or an AI cannot handle a work crisis between a human to human at the workplace. So that's what we train through our program.
किस तरह से?
जैसे कि अगर आपका बॉस गुस्सा हो गया आपसे बिकॉज आप नाराज हो गए आपसे बिकॉज आपने डेडलाइन को मिस कर दिया है. नाउ एन एआई कैन नॉट एक्सप्लेन टू योर बॉस कि ऐसा क्यों हुआ, या वो आपकी टीम से बात करके या किसी और का दुख नहीं समझ सकता है. बट एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग यू कैन यूज योर इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस इन द वर्क प्लेस टू हैंडल सिचुएशंस लाइक दैट. सो हाउ डू वी ब्रिंग मोर ऑफ दैट आउट?
Interesting. I'd love to come and attend.
Come and see
Must.
it.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
love
I think that in this battle between the internet and technology and humans, I'm optimistic. I think that humans
too.
will always
Of course.
be ahead and always adapt in
I
a way
agree.
because we always have.
Development
no matter what.
technologically and development emotionally and mentally, it has to go parallel.
But I think that happens. Technology also makes you evolve emotionally.
No. Okay. So that
Like I can read an Instagram story and figure out things about the people in it in no time.
yeah. So that's
It's an
that
emotional
was leading me to my
development
next question. Is
technology.
that do you think people overshare on the internet?
I mean, who's to say too much? For you, sharing that you're waking up and this is how you've woken up is fine.
I'm
For
not
me,
sharing
maybe
that.
it's Navya. You share a lot on the internet.
I share
I'm
mostly
eating.
my work.
I'm eating this. I'm eating that. I'm wearing this flower on my head.
When have I ever worn a flower on my
Navya,
head?
you've taken some pictures. I'm doing this. I'm eating here. Anywhere you go,
You
there's some.
also, my
I'm in-
children were first taking their first steps, and now they are at. Even you are
But
sharing all
I'm
these
very
things.
sporadic in my posting. That's my choice. I'm not putting pictures of myself all the time unless it's really required or something. But you are sharing every mean
I-
photograph of your plate, so please don't tell
I
us
share
people
more
are.
about my work.
So it's about
though.
a choice, and Nani is sharing nothing at all. So
I can't imagine what Nani's Instagram account would look like if she
I
had
know
one. What
she
you
would share
post?
flowers. She would share the sunset. She would
Table
sell
mats,
views.
decoration, embroidery. She'd share
She would
music.
share these things.
There's enough that the world knows about us. We don't need to share on Instagram.
Navya loves it.
I think it's helped me a lot to put my work out there and to, speak about my projects or the kind of people I work with. I think it's been really helpful.
सब अच्छा है, यंग भी अच्छे हैं, बीच वाले भी अच्छे हैं, बुढ़े भी अच्छे हैं, सबका अलग अलग वक्त है, सबका अलग अलग थिंकिंग है और सब अच्छा है, and respect that.
But I'll ask Nani this first. How has the internet impacted us as humans? Do you think we've become kinder people? Do you think we've become optimistic? Or what kind of impact?
People who have it in their inherent nature to be kind are kinder. People who have it in their inherent nature to be bitter are bitter, and nasty are nasty. It's human nature, basically.
I don't fully agree with that.
You don't agree, or you agree? I think she agrees. That's why she's laughing, because we agree so seldom.
No, I'm laughing for something else.
Why are you laughing?
Oh, because I answered the question for her.
Just to go back.
I'm so sorry. But I just, because by the time it's my turn, I'm just like...
Sweta, I want to tell you something.
Yes.
Ki you are the only one who's constantly giving opinions and talking.
But that's the point of this podcast.
Yes,
we have to give our opinions.
That's wonderful. But I nahi.
Then what?
मुझे लगता है कि हर नए इन्वेंशन का दो पहलू होता है, अच्छा भी होता है, बुरा भी होता है. जैसे माँ ने कहा कि जो अच्छे तरीके से देखते हैं वो अच्छे से देखते हैं, जो बुरे तरीके से देखते हैं वो बुरे तरीके से देखते हैं.
You are also right. You are also right. You both have never been wrong. I'll say this on record.
अरे वाह श्वेता.
Mama, she's
I'm
such
not.
a smoothie.
In the moment, I never think you're right. But then, like 2 months down the line, I'm like,
when it's a little too late.
When it's a little too late and I've already made the mistake, then I'm like, okay, maybe they were right.
नव्या, आपके जनरेशन में
I'll tell you why.
आप लोग
हमें लगता है कि हमें इतना ज्यादा पता है इन सब चीजों के बारे में कि जब आप कुछ बोलते हो हमें लगता है अरे बट उनको नहीं पता है क्या चल रहा है इंटरनेट पे. They don't know what it's like. So we feel like we know more, but then we realize we don't really know more.
You must post about it, since you were having a big complaint that people are not speaking about.
I don't want to post about my mistakes.
Speaking about only their successes and none of their mess ups. You must post
I can talk about my failures.
Right.
I don't want to talk about my mistakes.
My mother is always right, and I don't listen to my mother enough, and I don't listen maybe sometimes to my grandmother enough, and
should sometimes just sit and listen.
Sometimes you have to.
You know, no, I don't want to sabotage. Please
go for it.
No, go for it. Shita.
Let me gather my thoughts. You please speak to them.
No, say.
What I want to say is that I've now lost. Navya, we are aging rapidly. Please.
What do you mean?
Tap us when we have the thing like on now.
Say it, go, say.
I don't think there's anything wrong with questioning. So if I tell my children, I'd like you to do this, very often from a very young age, they'll say, but why? And
that's my favorite.
I have to explain it. And earlier it used to irritate me. Now I feel, why not? Why should I not have to explain why I'm expecting someone to do something? Just because they're my child doesn't mean I can just say, do this. Very often, like for manners and all, I'll say, because I'm your mother and I'm telling you to do it. That was an answer I was given throughout my childhood, most of my adulthood. It was not something I ever questioned. Your generation questions. It feels that it's their right to have an answer. And I think that's a brilliant thing.
I agree.
If this is what the internet is doing to you, it's very good. You must question, you must ask for answers, not just from your families, from your workplace, from your education, from your government. It is important. I mean, if you don't ask, you will never know. And if you don't know, you will never learn. So you must ask, and ask away and comment away and have opinions. There's nothing wrong with having opinions. Mother.
Well, are you ready to play the game? The game is about like lingos, and you have to tell me what it means. I think Nani is going to actually be good at this.
Not at all.
I think you will. I don't mean it in a sarcastic way. What does JOMO mean?
Joy of missing.
You have to give little time for her to also answer the question, because you will answer everything.
I don't know.
You don't know what JOMO means. Joy of missing out.
Okay, very
I think that's something you would like.
No.
You would not want to go somewhere. You are happy missing out on something.
Yes.
Yes, that's you. Okay, NGL.
Not good life.
Okay. You don't know this?
No.
Not gonna lie, that was quite an easy one. I prefer
not
her
going-
answer though,
not-
not good life.
Not going to lie.
I'm not gonna lie, but, or like, not gonna lie, you look great. Not gonna lie, Nani is wearing a really nice outfit today. IYKYK.
If you know, you know.
He's not
Nani's
enjoying.
like, what is this segment?
Okay, goat.
Greatest of all
Time.
Time. You knew this. Nani's a goat.
Nani's a goat.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. That was great.
Do
Sorry.
I win it?
Yeah,
See?
sure. You win.
What?
Sure, yeah.
There's
you
a
win.
game. Someone has to win. Otherwise, what's the game?
Yes, you win. It's the game of life.
We accept.
I've got your sense of humor. I've your
No,
genes.
not at all.
So if you're not
No,
liking
you don't
it,
have my sense of humor at all. I'm a funny person. You guys just don't bring it out in me. That's why I'm making no jokes.
So now let's dive into Tira Talks. And our question today is about how it's really easy to shop for beauty online. Now you can literally virtually try your favorite products. So my question is that what do you think of this advancement in AI when it comes to beauty shopping or shopping online for beauty products or skincare products? Have you firstly done this?
Yes.
You've done it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Trust mom to do this. And what did you buy? Lipstick.
I once bought a foundation and I bought a lipstick.
I have to admit, I've never done this.
Not ever.
I didn't actually even know it was a
I
thing.
don't. This does not even interest.
So how was your experience with
I
that?
liked it and it worked.
But when it comes to you, is it the same as it looks when you did it online?
It won't be exactly, but you know the
Roughly, it's...
Yeah, you know roughly. Yeah, I think it's great. I love it because I hate having to try and then they do a test.
I
and then
also don't.
now you have to stand in line and this and that. It just cuts it all out.
I never stand in a line.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks. That was it.
Thank you.
Okay.
So that was the end of our episode on What the Hell Navya Season 2. I hope you enjoyed all our arguing and fighting about how we use the internet, which we all three do in very different ways. I hope that Nani one day learns to use her phone without my help. And I hope that my mom can keep some of her comments out of my Instagram comment section. But I don't see either of these two things happening. I think for me as a young person, what I took away from this is that the internet has added so much value to our lives. I think that it's given us a voice, it's given us a place to voice our opinions and to stand up for what we believe in. But at the same time, I think it's equally important to switch off sometimes and not always be online and make some time for some real moments in our lives. So I hope you enjoyed watching our episode, and a special thanks to Tira for making this possible. And if you haven't checked them out yet, please do on their website, tirabeauty.com. You can download their app or visit their nearest store. See you next time. Little bit of
Fighting,
little bit of
laughter,
and a little of arguing. What the hell?
Navya bashing,
Little bit of
fighting,
not enough of
laughter.
what the hell? What?
She's running the country. I'm like, what the hell is she doing? What the hell is she? What the?
Little bit of, little bit of, little bit of, little bit of. What the hell? What? Back to the drama, back to the fights, and just a little bit of being polite.